Hello everyone. So in this session we are going to study some topics of laser. Let us start with basic laser system components. So here we are discussing basic laser system components. Normally three basic components are there. One is active medium, another is optical resonator, and the third is pumping, or we can say pumping source, right? So active medium, optical resonator and pumping source are the three basic components of a laser, right? So active medium is basically the heart of laser production, in which we are going to apply some energy, some pumping, right? Different of types of pumping can be employed, right, which will excite the atoms in the active medium to go to the higher state. Okay, now optical resonator is a pair of reflecting surfaces, right, in which one is 100% reflector and another one is partial reflector. So this optical resonator is used to amplify, for the amplification of light, right, to increase the intensity, or we can say to amplify the light, right? So these are the basic components of laser: active medium, pumping source and an optical resonator. Okay. So in this way output beam is produced from the partial reflector, of course, because in case of 100% reflector, light will be will not be able to penetrate the reflector, 100% reflector, but the laser can emit. The highly amplified laser beam can penetrate the partial reflector, and in this way laser is produced using three basic components: active medium, pumping source and optical resonator. Okay, so now let us start with ruby laser. Okay, here we are discussing ruby laser. So first of all, ruby rod is taken, which is basically made of aluminium oxide, and in which some aluminium atoms are replaced by chromium atoms. So this ruby rod is basically a crystal of aluminium oxide in which some aluminium atoms, in Al2O3, some aluminium atoms are replaced by chromium atoms, and this chromium atoms have metastable states which are required for lasing action, which are available for lasing action. Okay, so now the end faces of ruby rod are polished, right? They are polished in such a way that one is completely silvered 100% reflector mirror, while other is the partially silvered mirror. Okay, so this end faces of ruby rod are polished flat and parallel, right? One is 100% reflector while another one is partial reflector. Okay, so now this ruby rod is covered with a helical xenon flash tube, as you can see in this diagram, right? There is a xenon flash tube in the helical form, right, which covers the ruby rod so that optical pumping can be provided, right? Also, ruby rod is placed in a glass tube in which nitrogen is passed, so that the heat, there is so much of heat that is generated, a large amount of heat is generated during the production of laser, right? So for cooling, nitrogen is passed through this glass tube, and that is why ruby rod is placed in this glass tube, right? So this is the basic construction of a ruby laser, in which ruby rod, which is a crystal of aluminium oxide, in which some aluminium atoms are replaced by chromium atoms, right? So this aluminium oxide with chromium atoms is known as active medium, and chromium atoms are known as the active centers, since chromium atoms are having metastable states that is required for lasing action. Right, now the end faces of ruby rod are polished, silver polished, out of which one is 100% reflector and other is partial reflector. right? This end faces are polished, flat and parallel, out of which one is completely silver mirror while another was is partially silver mirror. Okay, then this ruby rod is covered with helical xenon flash lamp, which is required for optical pumping, right, which will require optical pumping. And this ruby rod is placed in a glass tube in which nitrogen is passed for cooling, as large amount of heat is produced while the production of laser. Right, so of course laser will be penetrated from the partially silvered mirror. Okay, so in this way laser is produced. Now let us see some key points of this laser. So the first point is that this is the first successfully developed laser in 1960 by a physicist named Neumann. Right, so it consists of a crystal which is made up of aluminium oxide, in which few aluminium atoms are replaced by chromium atoms. Then the end faces of ruby rod are polished in such a way that one of the end faces is completely silvered while other is partially silvered. That means one is a perfect reflector while another is a partial reflector. Okay, why this is so? The optical resonator is required for the amplification. So this type of polishing is done. Then this ruby rod is surrounded by helical xenon flash tube, which provides for optical pumping. Then an intense flash of light is produced by the xenon flash lamp. Then the chromium atoms in the ground state absorb this light of around 5500 angstrom wavelength and are excited to the excited level. Okay, so now let us understand the working of laser with the help of this energy level diagram, right? So here we can see there are four states: E1, E2, E3 and E4. Right, here E1 is the ground state, E2 is the excited state, E3 and E4 are the metastable state. So what happens when an intense flash of light is produced by xenon flash lamp? It emits on ruby rod, which excites the chromium atoms. Chromium atoms absorb this energy, which is approximately of 5500 angstrom of wavelength. Right, so they absorb this energy, light energy, pumping is done, and then atoms are excited to the excited level E2. Now the problem of excited level is it is the most unstable level where atoms cannot remain for large time, right? So we need to produce stimulated emission to produce laser, right? In case of stimulated emission, we need to apply energy to the atoms while they remain in the excited state. Okay, but this is not possible in the excited state, as in the excited state the lifetime of atom is very low, which is about only nanoseconds. So when atoms absorb this, chromium atoms absorb this energy, which is of 5500 angstrom wavelength, and they go to the excited state, but they immediately come to the state E4 and E3, right? Right, on the spot they comes to the metastable state, as E2 is the excited state where the lifetime is very low, right? So this transition from E2 to E4 or E3, this transition is a non-radiative transition in which no radiation takes place, no radiation is emitted, but heat energy is produced, as the energy is converted into the vibration energy of the atoms. So the transition from E2 to E3 and E4 is a non-radiative transition. Right? Now E4 and E3 are the metastable states where the limited time for the atom to remain in the state increases. Right? Here the lifetime of atom increases up to few milliseconds. So we can apply energy here. Right? So every flash of xenon tube produces a pulse of laser. Okay? So in this way, when atoms are in the metastable states and energy is still applied, atoms will be emitted from excited state to ground state, and they will be producing laser between these states, between the metastable state and ground state. Right, so in this way, laser is produced of 6920 angstrom and 6943 angstrom. Again, ruby laser produces pulse laser. Every flash of xenon tube produces a pulse of laser. Right, so in this way, laser is produced. Now, when the emitted laser photons are traveling through the resonating cavity, some of the stimulated photons are traveled along the axis of the resonant cavity, right? And due to the reflection between 100% reflector and partially reflector, they are amplified. Their intensity increases. When the intensity becomes higher, right, then the standard intensity, or we can say optimum intensity, now they are able to penetrate the partial reflector, and highly intense laser beam is produced. Right, so in this way laser production is done. Right, when a very intense flash from the xenon tube produces population inversion, some atoms in the state E3 emit photons spontaneously by falling to the ground state, and some of the photons travel along the axis of resonant cavity that produces stimulated emission. Now the laser is transmitted to the partially silvered surface. So in this way laser is produced. Again, ruby laser produces pulse of laser. Right, it produces high pulse of laser, but its efficiency is very low. So this is all about this session. Thank you.